How's everybody doing this weekend? We're going to be taking a look at the Cartel Revenant 160 mod. Absolutely beautiful resin. This is the stainless version. They make it in stainless and in a black finish. We're going to take a dive down, getting up close with it, out of the box state. And then we'll come back up top. Pros, cons, price point, and all that good stuff, and whether I would recommend it or not. This weekend they are doing NVE in Connecticut, so a lot of you are probably up there for that. Should be an awesome turnout. Like always, sign up for CASA. We need to fight the government. They're trying to ban flavors. They're trying to add taxes in a lot of states. So we've got a lot of things that we need to address and stand up for. If we want this to be something that we can continue to have and have freedom on, then it's definitely something we need to continue fighting for. So without much more, let's go ahead and do a drop down, see the up close and personal on this, and then we'll bring it back up top.
Alright guys, here we have the Revenant Cartel 160 mod. On the back you do have your scratch and sniff sticker. A little bit of specs on the device itself. Fires from 0.05 to 5 ohms. Temperature control from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. When we open it up, we do have the mod itself. A really nice transfer cable for doing your upgrades on your chipset and plug it in. Did come with a drip tip in this one. And then if we take this little guy out, we do have your user manual. So let's go ahead and dive in and check out this mod. I will say the resin they used on this and the machine work it's a really beautiful mod. Feels nice. Does have a nice and springy 510 pin. It is kind of a fingerprint magnet if you get the this polish though. There's your battery door. And I will say that I fought with the first time opening this, the first couple of times. I thought I was going to have to get a screwdriver to open, so they could do something maybe about a better door system. Let's go ahead and chuck some batteries in there. You have your positive and negative right there, nicely marked. Nice click when you put it in. Revenant automatically pops on. Goes 5 watts all the way to 160. And when you're down the lower wattages, it does go in 0.1 increments, and I think it does it up to 100 watts. This device does feature it has the menu button, so if you long press the menu, there's your nickel, stainless steel, titanium, memory 1, memory 2, bypass mode, which is going to be just however much battery is left in the mod, and the mod itself is going to be what it puts out. Back to wattage. If you push the up and down arrows at the same time, it flips your screen. If you quick press 3 times, there's wattage and wattage curve mode. Long press again, there's your curve. You can adjust that every half second. Long press to get back out of that. And then if you press the up and menu button, you do lock the system. This will still fire with this locked that way. You just can't do anything about the controls. So you can fire that way. See if we unlock it. There's system off. Alright guys, let's throw an 80 on this and go back up top, talk about some of the pros, cons, and tell you what I think about it.
Alright guys, that was an up close look at the Cartel Revenant 160 mod. We'll start off with the pros on this box. The build quality feels very nice. Everything seems sturdy. Buttons are all nice and clicky. The resin's really beautiful, and no two pieces are going to be identical because they're pouring resin. Overall, it's a very nice regulated box mod. The cons, the only thing I could say is the battery door is if you don't have any batteries in there, you kind of fight to get that open. So I've kind of had to get used to that, and it takes some getting used to for sure. That really is they could have added some springs or something to make that a little better. And a subjective con for me is the size of the box. I mean, when you look at the size of this thing, even the thickness is about the same, but the height, and it being square steel, it's, I mean, it's a dual 18650 box. It should be, they could have made that a lot smaller. Other than that, great box. I've really been enjoying it. Price on this box, I've seen it all the way from 60 all the way up to 150, I believe, and the 150 was on Revenant's website. So it's a little higher than some of the other boxes out there. But like I said, no two are going to be the same. It's a little, would I recommend it? If you don't mind the size and the battery door being a little tricky to learn, there's juice to my hand. Good old bottom airflow. You know, if you don't mind the battery door and it being a little bit chunkier of a mod, absolutely. For me, the size makes me lean more towards the EOS 2 or something of that nature that's a little smaller. That about wraps it up for me, guys. Everybody have a great weekend. Keep it safe, and everybody keep it cloudy.